Hello everybody and welcome to round 17 of the Let's Make Max Verstappen World Champion Series. We've come to the United States of America, to the Circuit of the Americas in Texas for round 17 as I mentioned. Three races after this one and the championship is getting ever closer for us. We've closed the gap down so much over the last few races after, again in our last episode at Suzuka, which was our first challenge, we somehow pulled it off just. If you guys want to see what happened at the end of the race that nearly triggered me a little bit, then go and check it out, guys. I'll leave it, if you're watching this live, at the end of the stream in the top right hand corner somewhere over that, in that distance. But if you're watching this back, then it'll be somewhere up there anyway. And it should be very exciting how this one goes tonight. A track that I'm not particularly a fan of, but we're going to see if we can go and we'll try and win this race from the back of the field. But here's your state of play then, going into this round, and you can see the gap between the top three is only 7 points, so it's got very close over the last few races. And as you can see, the constructors, we are solidifying P3 at the minute, P2, sorry, not by much though from Ferrari, as that man on your screen, Kimi Raikkonen, got pole position in qualifying, whilst we were just chilling in the pits, and there is Sergio Perez just chilling in his pink Force India on there. So if you guys didn't notice in the last episode, we had some issues with the mod, and also in yesterday when I tried to attempt this, we had some issues as well, so I had to completely redo the mod itself. So there will be some things missing, but I will try and bring them in for the remaining 3 rounds of the season. The only difference really that you can see is the flags, which you'll see in a minute. As you can see there with like Bottas, for example, he's got the German flag. I didn't have time to finish it off, but yeah, should be quite exciting, this one. The grid is on your screen. If you guys want to let me know in the comments below who you're supporting tonight, then that is great. But if you're supporting me, then let me know in the comments by putting in the word Verstappen in the chat right now, if you think we're going to do that. So, guys, if you don't know as well, the manners get disqualified at the end of the first lap, and all the faces and all that will also be changed as well. We had some issues, as I mentioned, with the mod when we tried to do this yesterday, so I am going to try and fix it for the next episode, guys, so do not panic. Everything will be back to normal as of the next episode, of course. So, we can do either a 1 or 2 stop, and I'm particularly not a fan of the mediums. I did some testing after we had the failed attempt, and I preferred the low tire management strategy. It just works for me, and we can absolutely smash it on the 2 super soft stints as well at the end of the race. But on your screen is the setup I'm running for this Grand Prix. You can use it, well, actually, I don't really advise you now, because the game is coming out in less than 2 weeks' time. So if you guys want to, if you've got a career mode to finish off, then make sure you get your setup down now. But use the setup, but if I'm honest, I'm not going to show the setup from now on, because there's no point, because the series is going to end in 3 rounds time, and the game is in 2 weeks' time, the new one. So our target, guys, on this video that I'm thinking of achieving is 150 likes, as always, on the video. And if we smash it, then tomorrow, at some point, if I have time, I will do Mexico. Because I want to get this series done, if I'm honest with you. If not, it will be on Sunday. But I've got something big tomorrow, if you guys don't know. I'm taking part in my first ever endurance race, actually. At the Nordschleife at the Nürburgring for 6 hours. And I would really appreciate you guys coming out for that one, if you have the time, if you can. So it's tomorrow, guys, around about 3 o'clock if you want to watch it. I would really appreciate the support if you could come out and help an F1 YouTuber tackle the green hell. But anyway, we're going to head into the race. No formation lap as always. And here we go then, on to the grid for the United States Grand Prix. The lights are on. We are about to go racing. We are away in the United States. And it's a poor start from the Manners, of course, but they get DQ'd. But obviously we want to take it very easy off the start and not pass any cars until turn 1, because that's cheating in the first challenge. So we will hold back for now, and now we can start overtaking positions, as Hulkenberg's been wiped out by Pascal Wehrlein already. That's not what you wanted to see from a Sauber, especially Pascal Wehrlein. So he's basically, Hulkenberg's out of the race, but all the field will be bunched up for now, which is good news for us, of course, so we can just gain some positions off the bat. And I finally got the Haas now, finally, so the comments saying that, oh, you need to update the Haas as Magnussen goes wide, and we gain a position as the Manners do get disqualified. And of course I did have to put Esteban Gutierrez in the Manor, so yeah, it's a good start off the line there for us. 17th place, so we've made a good start. as we're going to try and carry on here. The reason why... Oh, got to just be careful there. The reason why I was at the back of the field is because I felt like a last to first challenge, if I'm honest with you. We've done pretty well with last to first challenges. Last time out in Suzuka we won, so that's obviously a main priority for us to continue the streak going into the next race at Mexico, of course, if we do that. But I know a lot of you will like to see me do an actual qualifying, as just getting a little bit of dirty air from Palmer, so gonna have to hold it out for now. But we're already up to 15th, which is a good start from us. A little bit wide out the corners. Hamilton will lead the Grand Prix, obviously still leading the championship, but only by 4 points. We get a little bit of a bad exit there, but we're going to get in the slipstream of Palmer, come out of it already as we come down the main straight towards turn 1. I'm going to try and make a late lunge on the McLaren as well of Fernando Alonso, and we get the job done. And we move up now to P13, so not a bad start. We've still got 27 laps to go, so plenty of time to gain some positions, but might try the one stop like we saw with RPK in the AOR leagues on Sunday. If you guys watched that, then it can be done. Well, possibly a one stop could happen, but you never know. Let's go down the inside of the French baguette as we go a little bit too deep, but we get the job done. And we now move up now to P12. So next up is the Frenchman, Esteban Ocon. Oh, it's actually Palmer. Did Palmer overtake his teammate? That would be quite funny to get a nice bit of slipstream on Ocon. Let's try and make the move, but Ocon defends nicely. Plus he got a bit of slipstream from the Van Dorn. As the Williams are fighting with Perez, and that's for P7, I think. And it's just going to hold these guys up, which is not good news for me, as I want to try and get past these guys very quickly, and this is going to help me this corner. With them all checking up through this corner, we can try and make moves if we can, but we can't get past Ocon at the minute. As he just squeezes me off there a little bit, but it's nothing too serious. Hamilton still leads. Go down the inside of Ocon as the AI brake a bit earlier for the corners, especially with them in the train, but we're just one place off the points, and we know the Honda's terrible, so this should be an easy move into turn 1. As we get that job done there, we're now in the points in P10 right now. Right, in the slipstream then of Stroll on the Supersofts actually, so we're actually now with the Supersoft runners, so this is going to be interesting. Downstairs. Should be downstairs. If you guys don't know who I was talking to, it was my girlfriend, so... also, if you guys don't know, tomorrow, if you just joined us, I'm doing a 6-hour endurance race, and I would really appreciate you guys coming out and supporting your F1 YouTuber, as we're going to have a great run actually on Stroll, who got a little bit distracted from Perez, and we move up to P9, so it's a good overtake that from myself on Stroll. And we're going to get DRS as well on Sergio Perez, as we're going to try and hunt down there. Obviously, you may know as well that I'm running the standard 2016 performance, because I don't want to take the risk with the performance mod just yet, and we may bring it back in for the last few rounds of the season. If not, we'll play it safe and just go with the 2016 performance. So the times will be somewhat similar to the 2016, the normal 2016 game, as well as Massa, I think, starting to run out of wear on those Supersofts, because he's going very slowly through this sector compared to us on our decent soft tyres as we go purple in the first sector. Of course, with the high downforce, it helps. for us to do that. As we're going to try and make a move on Massa down the inside. We go run a little bit too deep into the corner, but we just get the job done, and we move up to P7 as we now chase down Carlos Sainz, who's on his own, as you can see on the map, on the bottom left of your screen, of course. And obviously, F1 2017 is 2 weeks away, and I'm going to actually reveal, if we hit 100 likes, I'm going to reveal at least 2 series, guys, to the channel, which will be launching on the very first day of on the channel. So on Friday, I'm going to basically tell you everything what's going to be going on that day and what's going to be happening over the next week, the first week of F1 2017, because it's very important that you listen to what I have to say, of course. So Hamilton leads then. So we're going to come out the final corner just a little bit too early on the throttle there, but now we have to hunt down Sainz. He's 4 seconds away. So now we've got ahead of that. So we now try to hunt down now the Carlos Sainz, and we're fine on fuel, which is good. Look at the tyres. Tyres are not that bad either, which is good. Taking it so easily. Purple in the first sector. We've gained a bit in the first sector to Sainz, so that's a good start for us. Obviously, you've got to be so careful in this middle sector, especially through that corner. Very tricky to get on the power and lose the back end now. So very crucial we got that one spot on. And we can just see the Toro Rosso now, so that's actually not too bad. Camera options, if you watch one of my previous videos on the channel, you'll probably find it somewhere. Also as well, guys, I forgot to mention the top right hand corner of the screen is a vote, and this is important because it's going to involve F1 2017 streams whenever I do a stream on F1 2017. So it's very important that you go and vote right now in the top right hand corner. It's basically a time slot. Now I've penciled in at either 6 PM UK time, so now, or 8 o'clock later, like I normally do for my stream. So if you guys could let me know in the comments below right now, not in the comments, in the vote in the top right corner of your screen. If you can't see it, then just refresh your stream. But it's very important that you vote on this because it affects the career mode. Not on the first 2 days, but from future onwards. So now we're running out of. Now we're in the yellow, but we have caught up to Sainz. So at least that's a good sign for us. We've just run a little bit too deep as we go through the corner. And we're only 1.5 seconds, just under 1.5 seconds now from Carlos Sainz. So we've done very well to catch up here on our junior team. As we run a little bit wide over the curbs. Luckily we didn't get away with losing the back end there. So we just go through the hairpin and hopefully we may get a little bit of cheeky DRS maybe, but these guys are going to start to struggle now on their grip, of their super soft, so no idea yet about pitting. Probably say lap 12. Depends how long the softs can run for. We're now going purple in the middle sector, so that's very encouraging. Of course, that we are on the soft tyres as well. These guys are going to be starting to struggle. Obviously, we are running a lot less fuel than the rest of the field because we are in just above the average that we need. So that's obviously a benefit for us as we're trying to close down the pack. We're only about 10 seconds away from the race lead. So we've still got a lot of work to do in this Grand Prix. If we have a chance of winning this one, we just lose the back end again early on the power. Not what we want is, I think Raikkonen's pitted for the first time, so he's in the pits. We're going to try and make a late lunge here on Sainz so we get it done. And we move up to P5 as we now got our teammate next in P4. Still out on the super soft tyre, so he's going to surely have to be pitting short very soon for his pit stop. Also as well, guys, if you want to follow me on Twitter, then that'll be great because there's a vote going over there as well regarding a possible return to league racing on the channel. And now, if you guys don't know, or if you're new to the channel, I used to race in AOR in the PC Split 1 leagues, the highest tier in F1 2016 leagues or whatever. And I've been thinking about coming back next season for the first season on F1 2017. So if you could let me know in the vote for that one, that'd be great. We're going to go down the inside of our teammate. Just running a little bit too deep into the course, so he's going to come back on us. Actually, Danny Rick, best be nice. Daniel Ricciardo, we're going to be going side by side with our teammates as we've just got to give him the gap. He's still with us there, and we just got ahead of him there, and we move up to P4 in this Grand Prix. Now, next up is Bottas in the Mercedes, another driver that we've got to keep an eye on. Just taking it so. If you don't have Twitter, then unfortunately you can't make the vote. You can't vote, unfortunately. So it's a shame. Oh my God, back end runs out there over the curbs. And is my teammate pitting? I do not know, as he does indeed pit, so he's in. And the rest of the field stay out, actually, so it's now a Mercedes 1-2 at the front, with Hamilton leading and Bottas second, so they're going very long on their super soft tyres, and the clouds are building up, as you can see on the screen. Are we going to see rain? Obviously, it says that we're not going to get any rain on the Jeff thing, but you know Jeff can be wrong at times. We've got 5.5 seconds to catch up to Bottas. We will have to gain it in the middle part of the race when we're on the faster tyre, of course. But if you guys didn't know as well, today Codemasters released a video of F1 2017 footage. They raced at Spa in Esteban Ocon's Force India, driven by David Greco. Yep, not a fan of the final sector, Arjan, not going to lie. Going to be completely honest with you, this track is not one of my favourites, but the last sector is probably one of my worst sectors that I can do on any track. It's just my weakest sector. This one just can't get it right and close the or gain on the Mercedes. So I need to do well right here, because the next race in Mexico, you guys know we've only won once there, and the rest have been DNFs or outside the top 10. So we've got a lot of work to do in that one if we've got any chance to win this Grand Championship there, as Hamilton's going on to the medium tyres. Interestingly enough, that's a big call, that, and I think he will have to pit again, surely, off those medium tyres. But a big moment in the race then, as we have a massive lock up into one, but we get the corner. But this is now the crucial part of the race. We just got to absolutely fly like crazy and just see how we go on. Bottas will surely be pitting next time by, as he has to react to his teammate. As we're not gaining much on the Mercedes at the minute. 5.2 seconds is the gap to Valtteri. As our tyres are starting to lose a little bit of grip now. You can just start to feel it a tiny bit, but we're still at 26%, so at the minute it's okay, but starting to see the little bit of signs. Right there, so we're up to second place. Do I like Jeff? He can be nice, but he can be a bit annoying at the same time. Kimmy, it's probably your side. Stream's looking good on my end. Yep, I've made Jeff be quiet, basically. Didn't like him. Wasn't a fan of Jeff. Also, as well, I don't know if the quality's a lot better or not, but I did some testing last night. OBS had an update, and you can now auto quality. You can basically set your stream up to be a preset, and it will auto configure your settings for you, which is a massive thing for OBS and for me as well. So what you're seeing now is the very first time using this new OBS settings, or whatever it is. If you guys can let me know about the quality, then that'll be great in the comments, so I can see it, as Vettel gets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix now. And Vettel's on the set of super softs and moves ahead of Bottas. So Vettel's one to keep an eye on, but he has to pit, obviously, because he's on a set of the super softs. we're going to carry on here. We've got a nice 8-second gap to Lewis Hamilton at the minute. Vettel's one to keep an eye on, even though he's on the super softs and has to pit very early. He is one to keep an eye on in this Grand Prix. Just run a little bit too deep into the hairpin. But yeah, if you want to see, hear some announcements. Oh, that's a bit loud, isn't it? Oh, that's loud. I don't know if it's loud for you, but if you guys want to see or hear some announcements for F1 2017 before I release them to the public, because I am going to be doing separate videos for this. Just got a little bit too early there. Where is F1 2005? I've had some issues recently with the game, so, and if I'm honest with you, it's not bringing people in as I would have liked. The view count's not that high. If you want it back, then I will see what people want. If people want it, then yes, but we shall see. What's the gap? We are losing time now to Hamilton. Of course, we are on worn tyres, but hoping Vettel can get to the back of Lewis Hamilton and then fight, and that'll be great news for us. But we're coming to the stage of pitting very shortly. We're not going to pit just yet. But the overcast weather now, you can see the clouds have gathered, will help us on tyre wear a little bit, especially on the super softs. So if we can manage these tyres very well, or we can just go on a full out attack, then we want 100% race because I just don't. I find them a bit boring, if I'm honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you on this game. But maybe on F1 2017, possibly. So we're starting to lose a little bit of time now. Gap's 5.8 seconds. Get back on that power easy earlier there. This is the pit window now for us, but I'm going to go a little bit longer. Be careful not to cut that corner, because you will get pushed wide. Just running a little bit too much speed through the final corners. We've got to come across the line. It is an improvement, new fast personal best for us. As we'll go through the fast flowing sectors right now, but I'm absolutely looking forward to career mode, guys, in F1 2017. I've made some changes, and I will explain these changes. There's some big changes I've got lined up for you. So, Schumacher, it's because the mediums for me aren't the best tyre, race tyre. I did some practice and I was well off the pace compared to the AI. So, I'm not going to go into that strategy, I'm afraid. Don't beat Kimi. Well, I've got to beat Kimi for the championship. I've got to gain as many points as possible. We're 4 points behind. If we win this race, we will lead the championship going to Mexico. So, we've got a lot of things to go through there right now. Arrow's going to bottle it. Of course, we've got, in about half an hour, it's supposed to be my driver, but look, well, thankfully, this is why you guys know I don't stream on a Friday, but because of ours, my driver going down, there's a bit of a blank in the community in terms of video, so I thought, why not stream this, you know, make up for it for yesterday. So, I've done quite a lot of hours on the beta recently. I've actually got a social race tonight over there on the beta. With some AOR drivers, so it gets me a little bit of, you know, confidence going into the if I come back to AOR. and compete in it next season. Just go a little bit too deep through there. So we are starting to see a little bit of signs now that these tyres are starting to go off, but Vettel's one is the man that I need to keep an eye on, see how long he's going on those tyres. He's been out there for quite a while, so that's a bit of confidence for me. Just a little bit too... Thank you. It's Nottingham-Trent Uni, you know. Thanks, Lenka. Part of the Trent Army. Yep, that's why I don't want to go on the mediums, Schumacher, because I'm not a fan of the mediums. The AI are OP on them, but for me, just not the biggest fan of them. Starting to lose a little bit of feel now. I can just start to feel it 45%. So obviously Hamilton's going to start gaining a little bit on me now, but hopefully not by much. Go into the final corner. Going to shift it down a second just to help me just get that corner entry right there. Not going to be the best lap. Yes, I did, Andre. I did like that move Verstappen did on Nasser at Eau Rouge. Hope to see that at the Belgian Grand Prix. Yes, this is live, NL. Hip Hop, this is live. .8 seconds now, the gap, as we're just starting to get... I just love this part of the middle sector, just so nice and flowing, and we can always nail the corners. We can just nail it and like get it spot on. I can now start to hear the Mercedes now, which is a bit worrying. I can't remember what the button is. That's the camera angle button. I don't want that. I'm not going to mess about. Remember, guys, the target on the video is 150 likes. So if you haven't already, guys, and you love the series and you want to see it back for F1 2017, because I've got a big name to kick the series off on F1 2017. So if you want to see that, guys, then make sure that you slap a like on the video, and I may reveal the driver in this episode, because I am going to be doing a announcement of a trailer for the first hopefully a trailer for the first driver for the Let's Make Driver World Champion Series for F1 2017. So yes, Jess, we are leading. We are leading the Grand Prix. So I'm going to box this lap. I'm going to go on to the super soft tyres in a minute. Vettel's still going, just gives me a clear indication that those tyres can go quite long on the stint. So that's music to my ears to see that Ferrari look pretty good on those tyres. Take a nice easy on the short shifts. We're going to head up to the hairpin then. Thanks, Lenka. I can confirm it's not the torpedo. Yeah, it's going to be hard for Limitless to win the championship. Not underrating the guy. He's a very quick driver, is Limitless, but I don't expect him to win the championship when flying things there. Nope, I don't think NASCAR sucks. I actually quite enjoy it. And I saw the new Chevrolet NASCAR for next year, and it looks absolutely beautiful and looks so eye-appealing. If you guys are new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you do not miss out on the finale to this series of Verstappen World Champion Series, because it is going to be... Oh, we run a little bit too deep into the corner. We bottled the pit entry there. We bottled the pit entry. But we got away with it, though. We got away with it just. And Vettel, I think, is in the pits as well. So that's a good call from us. And he's going onto the soft tyres So he's going to try and go to the end there as we're going to stick those super softs on, and the boys putting a brilliant pit stop for us there. A 2-second flat. That's not too bad. As we're going to head out of the pits and hopefully stay in the podium position. So it's a good moment there, and we're ahead of our teammate as well. So I've done a good stop there. First stint, apart from the pit entry, was a bit of a bottle. But we are now in clean air as well, which is crucial for us in our fight here with the Mercedes. The championship fight, now the top 3 in the championship are now in the top 3. And now we can close in rapidly on Bottas and Hamilton, who are on the slowest tyre, whilst we are on the faster tyre compound. And we will have to pit again, but I know both Mercedes have to pit again. I'm pretty sure they have to stop one more time in this Grand Prix. So now this is the crucial part of the race now. This is crucial. Very crucial, this part of the Grand Prix. Very crucial for us now. Gonna drop the standard in the middle sector just to save a little bit of fuel. As we go purple in that middle sector. The gap is still 7.2, but I'm not too particularly bothered about that for now. Priority now is to close in on Bottas first. That's the first objective. Then the second objective is to get Lewis Hamilton, as we've gone a little bit wide through that corner, and again just clipping the curve and pushes a little bit wide. So we've got to come back on the track safely, which we have done, as our quest now begins to close in on Valtteri Bottas, who's just up the road going into turn 1. Running a little bit too aggressive into 1, but too early on throttle there. Nearly bottled it. We're fine for now. So we've got the gap to 6 seconds. Remember, we're very strong in the first sector over the AI. Just bring the higher downforce is going to help us, but we just lose the time back in the middle sector and the final sector. We just got to pull away from Ricciardo. Ricciardo's the one we've got to get ahead, pull away right now. Stop using, yep, don't worry, I'm not going to use the Ben Daly lines. Another fastest up, and the gap's now down to 5 seconds. We are closing in slowly, but we're getting there to Bottas, and the closer we get to him, the better. Hamilton's got an almighty lead though. You can just see him going into the final corner. So Hamilton's on fire today, which is not good news for us, as he's 12 seconds up the road, of course. If those Mercedes can go long in the race, then that is quite worrying on those mediums, but we do get the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, so that's a good, encouraging start. And yes, I do like Malta. Even though we bottled the first corner, we gained it back in the rest of the circuit, and we nailed it. Right, let's push. Right now, and closing on Bottas. We can't see him yet. .1 seconds now. We are slowly getting there. But I may have to take some gambles in Mexico if we've got a chance of winning this Grand Prix championship, because Mexico, out of all the tracks remaining, is the most difficult one for me, and historically it's not been great for us, as you guys may know. No, I've never been to Malta, but it looks a nice country. We can just see the Mercedes for the first time of Bottas, and the gap is now down to 3.4 seconds. We can just see him now for the first time going through the stadium section, similar to Hockenheim, now going through the fast flowing right-hander famous for resembling turn 8 of Turkey. And we get that one nailed there. Critical corner this one to get right. Got to take it very cautiously, and we've now got the gap to 10 seconds to Lewis Hamilton. I think the Supersofts are now in range of where they should be as we're going to come across the line. It's another fastest lap. It's a 39.7, and we are charging right now in this Red Bull. As we go through turn 1 now, Ricciardo's now losing a bit of time, and he is under pressure from Vettel, I believe, as well. And I know Vettel is not going to stop again, I don't think. Just got to keep pushing these Supersofts to the max now, and the gap is 1.6 seconds. Just shows you how quick these Supersofts are compared to the mediums around here. Massive, massive difference in performance, and this is what we need. And this is why I didn't want to run the mediums in the race, because they're just not that great on race pace. They're just not good on these tyres, and the tyres aren't even that bad. 20%. Something to think about, guys. 20%. So it's not too bad, actually. Also, guys, don't forget to vote right now in the top right-hand corner if you want me to stream earlier than normal at 6 o'clock. If not, and you want me to stay at 8, then it's completely up to you, but obviously I have to benefit everyone around the world with time zones, so this is just an opinion survey that I'm doing today, as Bottas runs very wide actually, which is going to help me close the gap down to Valtteri. And we could get some DRS here, we could get an overtake here on Bottas into the final corner, running a little bit wide early on the power, get the DRS applied, and now we're going to hope and pray that our car is good enough in a straight line to the Mercedes, and it just doesn't look like it at the minute. We're going to try and make a late move on Bottas. Crucial move this one. We get it done. Bottas left the door open, and we're just like, thank you very much. We now move up to P2, and now we try to close down Lewis Hamilton now. And the tyres in these overcast conditions are helping us now. We've got 9 laps on them, and you can just see the tyre wear. We could maybe go all the way on these tyres, possibly, because of these overcast conditions. It's cooler, and the tyres won't degrade quickly, so this is a massive factor right now. If we can hold on, then that is fantastic, but don't want to jinx it yet. We do not want to jinx it. But Hamilton's just coming to the end of the straight. But yeah, these overcast conditions are helping us right now. We're now at around about 28% on the front right, so it's going to be a little bit close, but maybe depending to stay. I'm tempted to stay out, you know, and risk it to try and close the gap down. Oh, this is going to be a very tough decision to make, but I'm pretty confident we could go all the way to the end on these tyres. Hopefully the weather stays as it is, because it's helping me massively. And being cautious on the tyres as well is helping me as well maintain. We're a lot better on the rears, and the gap is 6.8 seconds, and we're even putting out a bit more on Lewis Hamilton, Bottas behind, so this is very encouraging. So far as we're going to go through turn 1, just take a little bit of a lock up there. We've only got 8 laps to go. Very crucial now. The gap is 6.2 seconds with 9 laps to go, and the question is, are Mercedes going to pit again? Is the $1 million question. Are they going to stay out and risk it for a chocolate biscuit, or are we going to risk it for a chocolate biscuit and try and hunt down Lewis Hamilton with 8 laps to go, or 7.5 laps to go? It's all about the tyres now, and we'll see how we get on there. Going to be very crucial now, and matching Hamilton now, so it's not bad. A little bit of a cheeky short shift, not what I wanted. But here's the thing, if Hamilton pits, we are going to pit as well, As I know, Hamilton will still lead the Grand Prix when he pits, and then we've got a nice full-on assault on the Englishman if he... But I just don't know, really. I don't know if Hamilton's going to stop or not, but 6.1 seconds is the gap. Hamilton's still going. And we've got it down by half a second, so it's now under 5 seconds now, 5.6. So we've got to go through turn 1 easily as Ricciardo now makes his final stop of the race, as he's going to be jumping onto the super soft tyres. I'm thinking, well, Danny Ricciardo, and I think we just got to take a gamble. I don't know what you guys think, but I may have to stay out now, as the clouds are breaking through, which is not what I wanted this early in the Grand Prix, as the subscriptions are flowing in, because they want to see this action between me and Hamilton go down to the last lap here. I'm just giving it everything right now. We can just see Hamilton for the very first time in this race, and we can just see him in the far distance now, but the clouds are breaking, and that is hashtag not ideal. Hashtag not ideal. Yes, I have seen. I've played the beta, so I know what the gameplay is. So yes, I have seen the gameplay. A little bit too deep through there, but got it corrected. But this sector I'm not a fan of. This portion of the sector I'm not a great admirer of. Just giving it everything, back end sliding out everywhere. Just trying to hold on here. I may be taking, you can just see Hamilton going through the final corner. It's the gap then, it's 4.3, we're getting half a second in the last sector, but we're taking the front left tyre. A bit of a beating, you can just see it on the tyre wear. That it's on 43%, so that is something we've got to keep an eye on now. With now the track temperature's going to build up again, with the light clouds now emerging, so that's not what I wanted, but going to be very close now, but we can achieve last to first, guys, for the second race in a row potentially. The gap is now under 4 seconds. It's 3.9 right now, and we've only got 6 laps to go. Oh, we're running a little bit too deep into the corner. It's going to slow us down. Hashtag not what I wanted. But at least we've had no issues in the stream. Marco FD's in the chat, so hello Marco. I don't think Hamilton's pitting again, if I'm honest with you. If he doesn't pit this lap, then he's staying out to the end, Schumacher. Just got to prevent locking up now on the front left. That's why we're just losing a little bit of grip in the front left tyre, just because we're locking up a tiny bit through like turn 1 and the hairpin and the heavy braking after the long straight. All that to think about as we're going to go through the final corner. Hamilton's in traffic as well, so that's music to my ears to see that Hamilton's going to be in a bit of bother. We're going to come across the line. It's 4 seconds now, with only 5 to go. Oh, this is going to get interesting now. Hamilton's staying out, so I'm thinking he's staying to the end of the Grand Prix. So his mediums are going to surely be a little bit off, and he's in big traffic now. So I'm hoping whoever's at the back of, or who's holding up Hamilton's going to do me a massive favour and hold him up for me. And it's is that a Renault or a Sauber? I'm not too sure who it is, but the gap is now 3.5 seconds. I'm not bothered about the fuel light being on right now. We may get some cheeky DRS, well, to get some slipstream, but now we're into traffic. This is going to be an interesting final few laps, and it's Nico Hülkenberg who is down in 20th, so not where Renault want to be right now. I don't think Chris is available, obviously due to his wife being ill, so I'm not too sure, really, is the answer to that question. .4 is the gap. Just got to hopefully Hülkenberg gets out of the way very quickly and holds us up. And he actually lets us through, Nico, so good job from him. Went too early into the corner. Just see Lewis Hamilton there, back end slides over. What's the gap now? 3.2. We're still catching Hamilton, but not by much. We've only got 4 laps to go of this United States Grand Prix, and it's going to get very, very intriguing now as we're going to go through turn 1. And now the tyre wear is going to be a massive, massive, massive factor now. We're going to be in lean just to save a little bit of tyre wear, just to help us here go through the S, just giving it everything I've got through here. And what's the gap now? 3.1 is the gap. As we'll go through, I'm going to just try and get on the power early. And that's a better line through there, very good line through there. And Hamilton's now in traffic yet again as my game's having a little bit of an FPS glitch. So I don't know what's going on right now with the game. There we go. Don't know how I got through the corners fine there, but that was a scary moment. Whew, that was close. That was very close, guys, very close. And the gap is 3.4, so I think now Hamilton's starting to match my pace. I think the tyres are out of life now. We're never going to give up. We're not giving up yet, guys, on this chance. And I think Hamilton's just about to pass someone. Hopefully that person's going to hold him up a little bit. And I think Hamilton's been released from the Sauber. Oh, back end went out there, but 2.7 now the gap with 3 laps to go. We're getting closer. And it's Marcus Ericsson next. So hopefully he can get out of the way for us. That'll be fantastic. But it's going to come down to the final laps then. Ericsson, get out of the way, please. Oh, he's made contact with me as well. He's pushed. He didn't let me through, but we got away with it though. Scot-free with no damage whatsoever. And we can just see Hamilton going through the hairpin. Just trying everything now. We've got to be wary of the tyres though. We may have to concede and hold on to second place in terms of the championship. Yes, we'll lose time. We'll lose points in the championship, but it's better to have a small deficit than a big deficit, but you never know. We'll give it a couple more laps. We'll give it to lap 27, and then I may have to bail out of it and just reserve the tyres to the end right now. But it's 3.5 seconds, and I'm just getting so much oversteer now on those rear tyres. Not looking particularly happy now. But we're not giving up yet, guys. We're not giving up yet. Too early, just clipped the curb, but we did slow down enough to not get a warning from the steward, so we did get away with that there. Massive lock-up, and I think we may have to concede defeat here because I'm losing time now. Yep, I think now we've hit the cross point now, so we may have to concede the win here, but we've done well to come back from 20th to second place on a one-stop with the 2 fastest tyre compounds as well. That's a fantastic job. Maybe we could have gone an extra couple of more laps on the softs, but we may have to bail out now. So I'm starting to struggle now for grip, and that tyre thing's going to 70%, which is a bad, bad sign. You don't want to be in. Hamilton starting to gain a little bit of pace now. So I think these super softs are done now. So the back end slides out now. We've got to now be wary of Bottas behind, because he's going to lap someone right now. But we tried. So we can just see Bottas just about to overtake someone. I think that's Ericsson. So Bottas is not that far away, but we're going to have to stay out. That's the only thing we can do now. Hold on now and just manage these tyres to not have a puncher. If you have a puncher now, then I'm not going to be a happy bunny. I'm not going to lie. And it's massive for the championship, this is. If we have a puncher, then we've got it all to do in the next 3 races here. But we did try, guys. We tried so hard, and we have to just lift and coast now. And obviously be wary of Bottas behind. But we're going to start the final lap now. We just gave it everything we've got through here as we go out of the final corner to start the final lap of the Grand Prix. We're now 4 seconds off the pace, and Bottas is only 1.8 behind. Oh, this is going to be interesting last lap. Not going to lie. %. Bottas is catching 1.4. If he passes me, then the championship is going to be a bit more interesting for us. We'll lose 10 points, so we'll be 14 points behind if Bottas gets past us, but only 11 points. Is that no? 17 points actually behind if. Oh my God, Bottas is right there actually. I did not spot Bottas there on the proximity. Don't say smell a puncher. Do not say that, guys. Please don't say that now. As I can just hear that Mercedes, he's right on the back of us now, is Bottas. We've got 1 more sector to go. We know Hamilton's going to win the race, but I'll be happy with 11 points instead of 17 points. As we're just struggling for grip now. We're going to have to hold on here for our lives. The front left is taking a beating round here. We go through the final couple of corners we go. Can we hold off Bottas? And I think we can. Hamilton's going to win the Grand Prix, unfortunately, but would extend his lead in the championship. But Bottas may go for a dive bomb in the last corner. No, he stays where he is, and we're going to hold him off and finish in P2, which is a good comeback from last place, so we'll take it for now. Oh, wow, that was an intriguing end to the race. But, we did it in the end, and Toto Wolff's going to be happy with that performance from his 2 drivers, actually, getting 1st and 3rd, and a good strategy as well with them on the super soft and the mediums. But there's your race winner. Hamilton extends his lead to 11 points with 3 rounds to go, and that's very intriguing, actually, that race, I've got to say. My teammate in P5, a bit disappointed, not going to lie. From Ricciardo, so I hope he can bounce back. And there's the podium, and there's us in P2, so a great drive from us. Doing the super soft strategy did work for us, but I think we could have gone maybe an extra 2 laps or so on the softs, and we could have maybe had a chance of picking up the race victory there, but we got close. But I'll take that away on a track that I'm not a big fan of, so I'm very delighted to get this one out of the way. And we come to another track that has historically on this game done terrible for me. We've had 1 win and the rest have been DNFs. So we'll see how we got on there. But here's your results, guys. Hamilton wins, Verstappen got 2nd, Bottas got 3rd, Vettel gets 4th, which is a good job from P6. Ricciardo gets 5th, Raikkonen was on pole, drops to 6th place, so not good for any Finnish fans in the chat. Sainz in 7th, Ocon gets 8th, Alonso gets 9th for McLaren, and Perez gets the last points paying position for Force India there. Massa gets 11th, and Grosjean, the French Baguette, gets 12th, and the rest of the field will be on your screen right now. And the only there was no retirements actually, with Ericsson and Hulkenberg being the only 2 guys to get lapped. But what does that mean for the championship, guys? Here it is right now, and Hamilton leads by 11 points, with Bottas 17 points behind, with 3 rounds to go. So we are not out of this yet, guys, but we've got a lot of work to do on a track that I don't like, which is Mexico. Then a very good track for us in Brazil, and then the finale at Abu Dhabi. So very close, and it now, I think, now rules out Vettel. Mathematically has a chance, but I don't think he's going to do it. So it's now a 3-horse race now, so it's going to be interesting right there. In the Constructors' Championship, I think we're now have to concede the Constructors now and hold on to 2nd place now, as we're 92 points behind. I don't think we're going to win it. But the challenge is Ferrari. They are only 37 points behind, so we've still got a battle on right now with the Scuderia team. McLaren move up to 8th for the Constructors, which is good news for them. And that's going to wrap it up, guys, for this episode of the Let's Make Verstappen World Champion Series will be back potentially tomorrow, guys, in the evening. Not 100% confirming it yet, but if not, it will be on Sunday, will be the next episode, guys. Either tomorrow or Sunday will be the next round, guys, of the Verstappen Series at Mexico. But also, guys, make sure to come out tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock, because I will be streaming some iRacing where I'm doing a 6-hour race. I would just love to have some company in that race in the chat. So if you guys can come along to that, that'll be fantastic. For a 6-hour race at the Nürburgring, which would be very exciting as well. But make sure, guys, if you're new around here and want to see this on F1 2017, you smash the like button. And also, you subscribe as well so you do not miss the start on Friday the 25th, where I'm going to be doing an all-day stream of F1 2017. So please make sure to come out for that one, guys. But until tomorrow, have a great night, guys, and I will see you for another stream. Until then, it's goodbye from me, and take care, guys. See you later, and have a good night.